Hi there and welcome to my studio. It's a wet afternoon here, so I've retreated into my attic studio. We've come back from our walk and so Audrey is here with me, resting. And this afternoon I'm going to show you my sketchbook that I've filled across last year. So I thought you might like to have a look and get cosy. Grab a cup of tea and join me for a cosy afternoon in the studio. This is a hard-backed sketchbook with individual rings here, which I thought would be quite handy because you can take the pages in and out, and so you don't actually have to paint with the page inside the book. It's a really lovely little book. The watercolour paper isn't bad at all and it coped quite well with pen and wash. The only criticism I have is these rings don't stay together. So they don't actually fix together, so they're not very secure, and so you tend to find that the pages come out. So this is my crocuses. I took a photo in the garden, and like I say, it was just a simple pen and wash. Same for the poppies. And the tulips. So this book has ended up being quite seasonal. I enjoyed using ink here with like a bamboo ink pen. More poppies. And this shell I found down on the beach and brought it back and thought I'd do a loose sketch and a wash over the top. This is probably one of my favourite paintings in the book. This is my little hibernating dormouse. And I actually used Brusho on here. I'd never used Brusho before. It's a fantastic medium, but I did find that it did get everywhere. Although it did give a brilliant effect for the autumnal leaves. I kept finding little pieces all over my desk. Then we've got some oak leaves here, so I would have found those whilst out walking with Audrey in the woods. And I think autumn's my favourite season, which is why today, with the wind and the rain, I'm just craving it a little bit. I don't know what bird this is, it's just nondescript. And then we're into autumn, so we have the pumpkin. And we have the sleeping fox and the little pumpkin down here. And this sticker I received when I ordered, I think it was a card from an artist called Crafty Bones, and you can find her on Instagram. And she sent the stickers out as a little extra, which was lovely. It's always nice to get those little extras. And then this is my hedgehog. And she visits the garden regularly. I feed her every night. And I rescued her a few weeks ago. She had managed to get down some steps and couldn't get back out again. And she was a bit waterlogged, so she stayed with me for the day and she had some water and some food, and then by the evening she'd all dried out, had a little sleep and was ready to go again. And so now my hedgehog is named Mildred. This painting was from a Skillshare class by a lovely teacher called Victoria Jeffrey. This is done with negative painting, and I really recommend her classes. It was a different style for me and I really enjoyed it, and I just love the background. Again, this is from a YouTube tutorial. I can't cite the lady that did the video though, but I really enjoyed it and I got to use silver paint. This is another class inspired by Victoria Jeffries on Skillshare. An autumnal leaf. I think if I lift this up, I've probably got a leaf under here. There we go. There's the leaf, all nicely pressed. Another leaf, and another sticker from Crafty Bones. And then this is a rose hip. I remember picking this in the garden last year, so just a quick sketch. But I really love the pop of red. And this is a ginkgo leaf. And again, I used gold paint. You can never have too much gold paint. And then this ladybird. And then this painting was inspired by an artist called Diane Anton, and she has her own channel on YouTube, and she paints some beautiful loose watercolours that you can just watch her and relax, and it's like therapy. But this here underneath the paint is wax, so you actually put the wax on first, and then when you put the paint over the top, the wax doesn't adhere to the paper and you get that effect. And I really enjoyed painting that. More tulips. And that must have been this year because it's got Easter eggs on here. And then the final one in my sketchbook is my moon gazing hare. It's actually a rabbit because he's got tiny ears. But again, I love doing this. I used shimmery paints by Caran D'Ache, I think. And I actually turned this one into a greetings card, which has been really popular. So that's my sketchbook, or one of my sketchbooks. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm going to be swatching some Caran D'Ache Neocolor 2s this afternoon. So again, I will share that with you. So now I've put the colour down onto the paper, I'm going to use another piece of paper to rest my hand on, because I just know as I go across the page, I will drag all the colour on my hand and onto the paper as well. I'm going to wipe my brush off in between each colour as well, so I don't contaminate the next colour. These colours are lovely and rich. And as I sit here applying water to the swatches, I'm just listening to the rain and the wind outside the window. I feel so grateful to be inside. Oh, I squeezed the brush a bit too much there, so I've got a pool of water now. Bit heavy-handed with the brush pen, but never mind. It's quite satisfying applying the water to the colour. I think I'll enjoy using these for my plein air painting, but also for painting flowers. The colours are lovely. And it's so nice being in the studio this afternoon and just getting to play. Not producing a masterpiece. Just enjoying being inside. And my head's quite close to the camera, so I'm sorry if you can hear me breathing into the microphone. I don't have a separate microphone. It's something I may invest in the future. So I'm really enjoying making these videos and sharing with you what inspires me to make the art and how I go about it. And hopefully I'm inspiring you to just turn up, just to sit with your art materials. You don't need to have loads of stuff to enjoy art. You just need a limited palette, a pencil, an ink pen, and some paper, and just enjoy creating. I absolutely love these. A new experience for me. They're just lovely colours. And of course, if you don't apply the water to them, they give you the texture that you might need depending on what you're painting. Now the cobalt blue, which I can never say, cobalt blue, in the pack was in between the ultramarine and the turquoise, but I mistakenly left it out for some reason. So it's further down my swatch page, but hey ho, nothing to get stressed about, nothing to see here apart from this beautiful colour. Wow, reminds me of kingfisher feathers, and that is just a beautiful colour. That's probably my favourite colour, cobalt blue. So going on to the black and the white, I'm not sure how you use the white wax pastel at the moment. I don't know if it actually turns these colours into a more muted pastel-y colour. So I've put it alongside the black just to see if it makes a grey, but the black might be a bit strong. But let's give it a go. Now I'm going to come in from the other side with the white. This may have been a silly idea, but let's experiment and see what happens. There we go. That mixes really nicely. It gives us a grey. Lovely. That's my swatches done. Really impressed with those. Really enjoyed doing that. Just fabulous, rich colours that I'm sure are going to enhance my plein air sketches and the enjoyment of painting and creating art. I hope you've enjoyed this video too and enjoyed spending the afternoon with me in my studio. I've had great fun. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.